Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top songs that take even more inspiration than they should.
Turn your world into one sweet dream.
Number 10, George Benjor, Taj Mahal versus Rod Stewart, Do You Think I'm Sexy? At least this musical tug-of-war ended on a positive note.
She sits alone, waiting for suggestions.
In the late 70s, Rod Stewart dipped his toes into the disco genre, but his chart topper quickly sparked controversy.
You want my body and you think I'm sexy. Come on, honey, tell me so.
Brazilian pop star Benjor accused the British rocker of swiping elements of his Taj Mahal. When Benjor sued Stewart for plagiarism, the singer admitted to subconsciously copying the tune. However, rather than engage in a drawn-out legal battle, the situation ended amicably. Stewart took the high road, deciding to donate all proceeds from his hit to UNICEF, turning what could have been a bitter dispute into a charitable gesture.
If you really need me, just reach out and touch me. Come on, honey, tell me so.
Number 9, Blur, MOR versus David Bowie, Boys Keep Swinging. This case doesn't involve an insidious act of plagiarism so much as a clear instance of one artist drawing heavy inspiration from another.
It's automatic. You need to unload.
For their song MOR, Britpop icons Blur looked to David Bowie's Lodger album for creative influence.
Here comes the love, boy, you're a girl.
After experimenting with elements from Bowie's work, they ultimately crafted a track that closely mirrored the chord progression of his 1979 classic, Boys Keep Swinging.
When you're a boy, you can wear a uniform. When you're a boy, other boys check you out.
While Blur's lively rock anthem has its own distinct style, the parallels were unmistakable. In fact, the resemblance was so significant that both Bowie and his collaborator Brian Eno were later credited as co-writers on the track. Number 8, Toni Basil Mickey versus Avril Lavigne, Girlfriend.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey.
Toni Basil's Mickey was a defining track of the 1980s, blending a cheerleader-style chant with an infectious beat that made it a pop culture staple. Decades later, Avril Lavigne's Girlfriend stirred up controversy when listeners noticed its hook sounded remarkably like Basil's hit.
Hey, you, I don't like your girlfriend. No way, think you need a new one.
Critics argued that Girlfriend was more than just inspired by the original and accused the pop-punk star of lifting Mickey's essence.
I know that you like me. No way, no, it's not a secret.
Although Lavigne never faced legal repercussions, the similarities left many questioning whether her song was a tribute, a coincidence, or a blatant ripoff of Basil's timeless bop. After all, let's face it, it's hard not to think of Mickey whenever Girlfriend comes on. Number 7, Flower Gone, We Run Things versus Miley Cyrus, We Can't Stop. Miley Cyrus's 2013 party anthem might have dominated the airwaves, but its success came with a hefty dose of controversy.
Red cousins, sweaty bodies everywhere. Hands in the air like we don't care.
Jamaican artist Flower Gone accused Cyrus of lifting key elements from his 1988 reggae track,
We run things don't run away.
particularly the phrase, "We run things, things don't run we," which Cyrus sings verbatim.
We run things don't run we.
Flower Gone alleged that the phrase and vibe of his song formed the foundation of Cyrus's piece, leading to a $300 million lawsuit. While the case was eventually settled out of courts, the likeness between the two compositions are hard to deny. Here, we have a prime example of the fine line between inspiration and imitation.
We don't take nothing from nobody. Yeah.
Number 6. Yaysayer Sunrise versus The Weeknd and Kendrick Lamar, Pray For Me. When Yaysayer's experimental track debuted in 2007, its layered choral-like vocals stood out as an original feature. Over a decade later, members of the indie band noticed parallels between Sunrise and The Weeknd and Kendrick Lamar's Pray For Me, which was featured on the Black Panther soundtrack. Yaysayer filed a lawsuit, alleging that the track's production replicated the unique, ethereal vocal effects of Sunrise. They even claimed that the segment in question had been extracted, manipulated, and pitched differently to disguise its origin. The Weeknd and Lamar denied the allegations, maintaining their innocence. The legal battle ended in 2020 when Yaysayer dropped the lawsuit, leaving fans wondering what might have happened behind the scenes. Number 5. Keith Jarrett, Long As You Know You're Living Yours versus Steely Dan, Gaucho. Steely Dan's 1980 track Gaucho from the album of the same name landed the band in hot water when jazz pianist Keith Jarrett noticed that it sounded familiar.
Just when I say, boy, we can't miss, you are golden, then you do this.
Jarrett stated that Gaucho bore an uncanny resemblance to his jazzy 1974 piece, particularly in its melody and arrangement. Rather than deny the claim, Steely Dan's Donald Fagen and Walter Becker reportedly admitted to being inspired by Jarrett's work. The dispute was resolved when Jarrett received a writing credit on the track, but it remains a pointed reminder that even a subtle homage can tread dangerously close to infringement. Number 4. Public Enemy, Security of the First World versus Madonna, Justify My Love. When Madonna released her sultry hit in 1990, fans couldn't get enough of its sensual vibe.
I wanna kiss you in Paris.
However, hip-hop group Public Enemy noticed something eerily familiar. The iconic drum beat from their 1988 track, Security of the First World, is nearly identical to the one driving Madonna's song. Public Enemy did not pursue legal action, but the offending drum beat didn't go unnoticed by listeners and critics alike. Adding to the controversy, Madonna's piece was co-written by Lenny Kravitz, who admitted to sampling but didn't credit Public Enemy for their work, stating the rap group themselves had lifted the beat from James Brown's Funky Drummer. Can this alleged act of plagiarism ever be properly justified? We may never know. Number 3. The Isley Brothers, Love Is a Wonderful Thing versus Michael Bolton, Love Is a Wonderful Thing.
Birds fly, they don't think twice. They simply spread their wings.
Love may be a wonderful thing, but nasty legal disputes aren't. The Isley Brothers claim that Michael Bolton's song copied their 1966 track of the same name, citing resemblances not just in the title, but also in its melody and lyrical themes.
Love is a wonderful thing. I said love is a wonderful thing.
Bolton and his team denied any wrongdoing, but after a lengthy court battle, the jury sided with the Isley Brothers in 1994. The brothers were awarded a hefty $5.4 million in damages, the largest ever payout in a plagiarism case at the time.
Oh, when the cold wind blows, I know gonna be there to warm me.
Opinions on the case were deeply divided, with some insisting that Bolton had indeed ripped off the Isley Brothers, and others believing the singer was innocent.
Love is a wonderful thing.
Number 2. Wire, Three Girl Rumba versus Elastica, Connection. Elastica's single became a defining track of 90s alternative rock, but its success didn't come without controversy.
Lying on anywhere, that is the luck you crave. They don't believe it now, they just think it's stupid.
The British band Wire accused Elastica of borrowing heavily from their 1977 track, Three Girl Rumba, specifically its distinctive guitar riff.
Think of a number divided by 2.
Upon closer inspection, it was revealed that the song's synthesizer intro was essentially the same riff, just transposed down a semitone.
Just as they brought me round, now that they brought you down.
Wire made their concerns known, and the two bands ultimately settled the disputes out of court. Although Elastica denied any intentional plagiarism, Wire was eventually credited as co-writers on Connection. The case became a notable example of how reminiscent sounds can sometimes raise questions of originality in music.
Somehow the vital connection is made.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Sleigh Bells Infinity Guitars versus Demi Lovato Stars. Demi Lovato's 2015 song Stars wasn't released as a single, but that didn't stop noise pop duo Sleigh Bells from hearing it and noticing uncanny similarities to their very own work. They filed a lawsuit against Lovato, the album's producers, and the songwriters for copyright infringement, claiming Stars had sampled elements from their track Infinity Guitars, specifically the bass drum counter rhythm and hand claps. Co-songwriters Carl Falk and Rami Yacoub denied using any samples, asserting that Lovato had only written one line of the piece. After a heated legal battle, the case was dismissed with prejudice in 2017, essentially leaving the dispute unresolved. Did we miss any brazen musical knockoffs? Let us know in the comments.
You must write pros and poems, the words you use should be around. Don't plagiarize or take on loan.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.